As you walk the path on this side especially, and at any time that opens out to the lagoon pond, you might see these big cuts. Some of them have grown up more than others. This one is an especially wide one that you can look down. But the nice thing about, this one's especially nice, is if you stop and wait, you'll see interesting things either moving in the water by the reeds, or you may see birds flying across and back. When it's not quite this flooded, you can this is oftentimes a great place to look for footprints. Birds or raccoons, easily noted because they look like little hands, actually long-fingered little hands with a little thumb there. So when the water recedes, here's a good spot for finding your hit. So just to stop and look and watch and listen. You may hear some things that you can't actually get a good look at it. But what we're focusing on right now is, if you look under these are dead cattail leaves. And you can see there's a bit of a little hole in there. Looks like sometimes when we have kids, kids will say, oh, somebody lives there. Well, that's probably not true because it's pretty wet. People will also say maybe a duck uses it. Well, a duck would just fly over and get to the water. Ducks don't need to go in there. What probably is happening is some mammals are using that to get to the water in a kind of sheltered way. And our most common mammal that really likes to get to water is a raccoon. We used to think that raccoons were very clean because they always went to water to wash their food. Okay, no. Raccoons will eat your garbage. Cleanliness is not really that important to a raccoon, but what they're doing is they like to go to water because they have very sensitive paws, and the water makes them even more sensitive. So, for example, one of their favorite foods to eat around here is a crayfish. And crayfishers, they have a really spiky shell, and the raccoons are very good at getting the shell off, and they're going for the meat. But what they'll do is they'll go into a pathway like this to get to just a bit of water, and they'll sort of run the piece of meat around their paws to see if they've gotten all the shell off. You really don't want to be swallowing shell if you can avoid it. So the water helps them to do that. And when they've filled and it's good to go, they just eat it. Oh, this is lovely. I'll put it right back where it was. Oh man, look at that. This is what we were talking about with the raccoon wanting to go to water so we can get rid of all this shell. This is one of our local crayfish, although not native. Look at that, man, that's just a beautiful specimen. See how that, I just love the speckles on their claws. Their claws are amazing. Raccoon, almost without a doubt. I mean, this is not a raccoon. But a raccoon had a meal.